Nigel. We also have invited a special conference guest from the Office of Education to share God's word with us. Thank you for having us with you this morning.
And just so that everybody knows, the nominating committee did vote several ministry leaders, and we just wanted to do the first reading so you can go over the partial report that you can pick up outside. And as far as some announcements, we do have the Minor Prophets program going on, and it began last Friday at 7 p.m., and it will continue every Friday in the Adult Sabbath Schoolroom. And please, next week is a wonderful week. We have Dr. Kidder. He's a special guest from Andrews University. He'll be coming for March 1st and March 2nd. He'll be talking about discipleship, and I took a class from him. He is such a godly man. He's my favorite teacher, has the best stories because he's actually born and raised in Nineveh. The first thing that he'll be talking about is experiencing God through prayer, March 1st at 7 p.m. He'll be talking about experiencing God through touching lives, March 2nd for the Adult Sabbath School at 9 a.m. Experiencing God through releasing his power. That should be a good one on Sabbath morning at 11 a.m. for the divine service. And then this is going to be, I invite you to come to this one. He's going to talk about his escape from Iraq on March 2nd at 2 p.m. after the potluck. And for the leaders, he's going to be teaching on how to create a culture of prayer, discipleship, and spirituality in the church. And the time for that will be discussed. Okay, so thank you, everybody, for coming, and enjoy the Sabbath.
Singing hymns that inspire, hymns of love, hope, and glory. These hymns our faith require. Hymns to God the Father, Jesus Christ the Son. Hymns to the Holy Spirit, the Godhead, three in one. Sing, sing, sing as you travel life's highway. Sing, sing, sing as you witness every day. Sing, sing, sing as you place them in your heart. We're just here to say, singing hymns every day. Oh, yes, we're young singers, singing hymns that light the way. God will be our refuge, our strength and stay. Hymns are part of life's experience as we walk the narrow way. Make them part of your daily worship. Sing a hymn every day. Sing, sing, sing as you travel life's highway. Sing, sing, sing as you witness every day. Sing, sing, sing as you place them in your heart. We're just here to say, as part of your daily Bible study and prayer, singing hymns every day.
Little barefoot boy running through the sand. What you got in that basket in your hand? There's 5,000 people waiting to be fed, thirsty for the water and the living bread. Thirsty for the water and the living bread. To sum it all up, to simply divide, wash and fish your bread, just multiply. Add a little faith, subtract all your doubt, and watch it all work out. You got to give it away, pass it around. There's 12 baskets sitting on the ground. I can tell by your smile and the twinkle in your eye. The master has taught you how to multiply. The master has taught you how to multiply. Little barefoot boy running through the sand. What you got in that basket in your hand? There's 5,000 people waiting to be fed, thirsty for the water and the living bread. Thirsty for the water and the living bread. To sum it all up, just simply divide, wash and fish your bread, just multiply. Add a little faith, subtract all your doubt, and watch it all work out. You got to give it away, pass it around. There's 12 baskets sitting on the ground. I can tell by your smile and the twinkle in your eye. The master has taught you how to multiply. The master has taught you how to multiply.
Man, Brixton, I had no idea. Wow, good job. It is time for the children's story. All right, kids, this money we're going to around the church is for our school, okay? I want you to stand up if you have anything to do with the school. Your kids went to school there. You've gone to school there. You're going to school there. You're a teacher there. You are the superintendent of the schools. You are related to the school in some way. Stand up. This is our school right here, right? Okay, so kids, we're going to go around and we're going to get lots of money for this school to raise money so kids can learn about Jesus every day. Ready? Come on up. Where are you guys? Go back for seconds, you know, this is a special education day, so don't just take one, you know, go back for more. This takes me back to my days in education. I see my friend James Woods here, and I see Amy here, and Steve Zurek. Worked with all of these people. It's wonderful. All right, did you guys go back for seconds? Oh, look at now. Come up here. This guy has done well. Look at this, kids. Wait, come here. This is how you do it. So this is how you guys do it, right? That's how it's done. You guys, that's how it's done, okay? Jojo, way to go. All right. All right. Oh, good job. Will did it too. Wait, don't give it to me. Put it in the box there. All right, you guys ready for a story? All right. Come on and sit down. Come on this side of the piano. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here for the story. You can sit on the front, or you can sit next to me here if you want. Sit next to me here on the front steps. Wherever you like. Come over here. Sit down. Now, all right. Ready for the story? So, what is the most expensive thing you ever heard of? The most expensive thing somebody ever bought? Now parents are going to start to cringe here. What's the most expensive thing you ever heard of?
A bike?
A bike. How much was the bike?
Don't know.
Don't know. What was the most expensive thing? Who else? What was the most expensive thing?
Minnie Mouse car.
A what?
A Minnie Mouse car.
A Minnie Mouse car. Oh, can't even imagine how much that would cost. Oh, what's the most expensive thing you've ever heard of? Was it $1? How much was it?
It was a lot of things, actually. I heard of a lot of...
How much was it?
Like, ones were Lego sets that were, like, more than 100. I also heard of book series that were, like, 300.
No way. $300 and a $100 Lego set? What did you hear of? What was that?
A Tesla Cybertruck.
A Tesla Cybertruck. We've gone a little bit different than Legos here. How much was it?
It was like thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. How much?
Millions.
For a Tesla Cybertruck? Millions? Okay, is that the most we've heard of? Let me tell you, when I was a kid, what was yours? What's the most expensive thing?
Infinity, I guess.
Ah, that's a lot. You can't beat infinity, can you? Now, okay, when I was a kid, let me tell you about the most expensive, lavish, over-the-top, this amount of money that was unheard of in our family. You know how much it was? It was $100. Let me tell you the story. Now, you think that's not a lot of money today, and maybe today, things have changed. But when I was a boy, it was a lot of money. And let me tell you, for my parents, it was a lot of money. My dad was a missionary kid from South America. Peru, very poor. My mom was so poor when they came from Mexico as a little girl. They lived in somebody's basement. And you know what they did? Her daddy, he got cereal boxes like Cheerios, and he cut the boxes open, and he made walls to keep the rats out. So my parents were very poor when they were younger. So when I was a little boy, $100 in our family was $100. It was the real deal. It meant, have you ever seen a $100 bill? Have you guys ever seen a $100 bill? You ever seen that? You have $700? What? Someone has $700? No way, Jose. See, have you guys seen that $100 bill? Let me tell you the story about the $100 bill for our... Okay, let me pass it around. Let me tell you the story of the $100 bill in our house. We had a family dog named Tiffany. Now, I should say we had dogs and cats growing up. All the cats belonged to my brothers. All dogs belonged to me. So Tiffany was my dog, even though it was my mom's, and she's the one that named it and all that. But hey, it was my dog, Tiffany. I loved my dog, Tiffany. And one day my parents said, okay, we're all going camping. We're going up to Mammoth, and we're going to stay in tents at some lake up there. and hang out in Mammoth. I know some of you have been to Mammoth before, and when we said, yay, that's great, it's a long drive. And my parents said, okay, we're going to have to leave Tiffany at home, and somebody will take care of Tiffany, or we'll leave food out, or whatever. Now, who did Tiffany belong to? Me. And so what did I say? No! We can't go to Mammoth without Tiffany. Tiffany has to come. And my mom and dad said, no, Marco, it's a long drive, and we're going to be staying in tents and camping out at the lake and fishing and all this stuff, and it's not the place for a dog. And I said, please, I can't go without my dog. Can you go without your dog? Do we go without our dog and cat? Oh, I'm not going without. He didn't go without his dog. He brought his dog with him. Look at that. And so finally my parents said, okay, we'll take Tiffany with us. So we went to the lake. I think it was a Lake George. Some of you guys know Mammoth, right? Lake George. And we were at the lake, and we were staying in tents, and we were fishing with our family, and was up there, and we were having a good time. I didn't like fishing. I was just a little kid, but my parents liked fishing, and everybody was fishing. And so we were just the boys. We were all just playing around the lake. And Tiffany was playing around the lake. Well, we had a good time, and it was time to go home. And so we were left. But when we got home, Tiffany just didn't seem herself anymore. Something was wrong. She was starting to get sick, and more sick, and more sick. Finally, my parents took her to the doctor. And you know what they found out? They found inside Tiffany, do you know what they found? Not a fish. A hook. A fishing hook. There had been some bait. You know what bait is? Good smelly stuff laying on the floor. Maybe this cheesy stuff. And Tiffany had, yum, gobbled it down and swallowed the bait and the hook, and it got stuck inside Tiffany. Well, my parents, they came and they sat me down. They said, Marco, we need to talk to you. They said, we have a problem. Tiffany swallowed a hook in Mammoth, and she's very sick. And I said, I know. Doctors will fix her, right? And they said, we're gonna have to put Tiffany to sleep. And I said, well, for how long? And they said, well, for a long time. She won't wake up again. And I said, but why? She's sleeping, she just wake up. And they said, well, we don't really mean she's sleeping. We mean the doctors are going to give her medicine so that she never wakes up again, so that she dies because she's really sick. Now, that was my dog, right? So what do you think I said? Not exactly. It was more like this. You can't do that to my doggy. It's my doggy. It's Tiffany. She's my doggy. Tiffany. Sorry. It was something like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I did something like that, or I just cried and cried and cried and cried. I don't know. And I said, how can you do that? And my mom said, but Marco, we can't fix her. Why can't you fix her? The doctor can fix her. And they said, we can't. And I said, why? And they said, because it costs how much? $100. They said, but it's $100, Marco. And I said, no, my doggy. And I cried and I cried. And you know, I wasn't having a tantrum, like trying to get my way. I was crying out of sadness. This was my dog, and I couldn't stand it. And I cried and cried. And all I could remember is they said $100. And finally, eventually, after a long time of crying and all that, you know what? My dad and mom decided. They came back to me and they said, Marco, we're going to pay the price. we're going to pay for Tiffany to be fixed. And I felt better, but I didn't feel all the way better until the day I went to the doctor's and looked through this glass box, and I saw Tiffany wake up from surgery, and Tiffany saw me, and what do you think happened the moment? Even though Tiffany was laying down in this box in the doctor's office behind the glass, what did Tiffany do when she saw me? We saw a tail start to wag. She couldn't get up. She was recovering from her surgery, but we saw that tail wagging, and I knew Tiffany was going to be okay. My parents paid the price. They paid $100 for Tiffany's life. You know why they did that? Who did they do that for? They did it for me. You ever thought about God in heaven? We are sinners. No matter how good we try to be, we're never good enough. We're never like Jesus. We're never perfect in our love. How many of you done things that are wrong? Right? Everyone here has done things that are wrong. Even when we do things that are right, we do them for the wrong reasons. Our hearts are not perfect. And we all should be lost. We all should not get to go to heaven. None of us should deserve to go to heaven and be with Jesus forever. You know? And if we knew what that was going to be like someday for us, we would all be crying, I want to go to heaven. I want to be with Jesus. I want to be there forever. I want to go. We would all be crying if we knew what we were missing out on. And you know what the Father did? He saw the suffering. He saw our suffering. He saw our hurts. How many of you have suffered at home in your life? Sometimes we suffer. We suffer through tough things. Sometimes our little sisters are in the hospital, right? It's tough. Sometimes terrible things happen. And Jesus, God the Father, He saw us crying and suffering here on earth and knowing we would miss out on heaven. You know what He said? He got together with Jesus and they talked it over and they came and they said, we're going to pay the price. You know how much it was? What was the price?
$100.
$100? No, more than that. What was the price?
Forgiveness.
The forgiveness. But how much did forgiveness cost? Do you know?
Lifetime.
A lifetime? What else? How much did it cost?
$100.
$100. Does anyone else know what it cost? For us to be able to go to heaven, what did it cost?
Jesus.
Yes, it cost Jesus. But what did it cost from Jesus? What did Jesus have to give?
He had to give his son. His own son.
That's right. God had to give his son, his only son, to do what?
To save humans.
To save us. He had to give his son. That was a cost far greater than $100, wasn't it? They paid the price. Jesus died on that cross for us. He paid the price for us, and his Father paid the price for us so we can be in heaven forever. Forever and ever. And when we get there, as soon as we get to heaven, you know what we're going to do? We're going to wag our tails. We're so happy to be here. We're so happy to be here. Happy Sabbath, kids. Have a good Sabbath.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath. Good to see you all. I just wanted to announce that we're going to Santa Ana for our homeless ministry next week. Unfortunately, we had to postpone this week to next week because of some meetings that was going on. So next week at 2 o'clock, we're going to leave for Santa Ana. We make the sandwiches in the morning as usual. So, and I'm excited to announce that we are going with the Spanish church again. So they're going to join us and bring us their probably wonderful soup and all this stuff and the hymns that they sing and everything. So we're excited about that. So if you have any clothings, any jackets, any blankets, especially we are in need of larger sizes. I would say medium and up, for clothing items, pants, jackets, sweaters. Also gloves and beanies if you have extra ones that you want to donate, or you can just give us the monetary help so that we can order all those in bulk from Amazon and different places and